We are the Beer Show.
Beer Show from WRUW.
FM 91.1 Cleveland.
And we're broadcasting today from the Thirsty Dog Brewery on East Bank of the Flats. It's
Not
a new
really
place.
broadcasting.
Well, yeah,
We're here.
We're here.
We're brewcasting.
Brewcasting. There you go.
Very good. So Thirsty Dog is a Cleveland brewery that
No, it's
is
an
really
Akron
originating
brewery.
down in Akron, but they're in Cleveland now.
Open
They've
this place up.
expanded. And they're at 1085 Old River Road, which is one of the hot spots in Cleveland going back to the 70s. And it kind of died for a while, and now it came back in
There's all these
basics.
fancy restaurants and places down here that people hang out at. So let's try it.
So this is
the
the
Bloodhound
Orange IPA. It's a American IPA, 5.7 alcohol level. IPA infused with natural blood oranges, and Leah said it's got real blood oranges in it. So let's try this.
There you go.
And definitely a nice soft fruitiness on the front end.
Oh, yeah.
Not
Very
too
citrusy.
pinchy, but definitely soft and fruity.
But you can smell the citrus, but you really don't taste it.
It almost smells like orange juice.
It does, but you know what? The back end kind of tastes like, did you ever like squeeze an orange rind and then lick it?
Oh yeah.
That's what the back end kind of
It
tastes
tastes
like, a little bitter.
Tastes a little bit like a grapefruit with a little bit of sugar sprinkled on it.
Just a very little bit. So I like it.
Yeah, it's very nice. Leah, our beer tender, says it's one of the most popular beers.
No, it does have that rind zest bitter
Right, and that might
thing on
be
the end
the
of it.
interaction with the hops.
Yeah.
Which a lot of these usually are much more sweeter, and they don't have that bitter
That's right.
edge on it.
Yeah.
But I think that's good. It doesn't taste like a goofy candy beer,
Right.
as they
This
can.
But
is
it's
like-
sweet. It's up there on the
Yeah.
sweetness, I would say.
No,
So you
no.
started drinking craft beer when?
Well, when did Great Lakes open?
30 years ago.
There you go.
Okay.
So I've been drinking.
And you've been drinking it all your life.
Sure. Since I've been legally able to drink, we'll say that.
Yeah, we'll go with
You're
that.
very knowledgeable.
I mean, I've definitely been drinking it since, I guess what you would call craft beer since Great Lakes opened, so 30 years.
Yeah.
I think Great Lakes is probably the first time I actually had something besides industrial beer.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But 30 years ago
exactly.
is basically when Great Lakes
Exactly.
was the first in the area, this craft beer
It was.
scene.
There wasn't a whole lot to
And then
consume otherwise.
if anyone knows Edison's in Tremont, that
Yeah.
was probably one of the first bars in Cleveland
Yeah.
where you could get a
Anything.
huge variety
Cooler
of
upon
unique
cooler. Yeah.
craft beer.
Yes.
So across the river at the Harbor Inn, I got to mention the Harbor Inn.
Yeah, good point.
Now, back in the 80s, we used to come down here in the flats, and the Harbor Inn was the place to go. They had 100 different beers back in the 80s,
Right.
and that's before you could get Coors in Cleveland.
Right.
And the way they got those beers is all the longshoremen and sailors from wherever country they were from, they would bring them a case of beer, and then they would put it in a cooler and they would sell it. That's how, and I don't know how they got around the import thingy and licensing.
Probably
On a
did.
boat,
Probably
in your
did it,
luggage.
and just let it roll.
Might
And
be.
as far as I know, the Harbor Inn
Less
is
than
still a premier place to get
Oh, it
good
definitely
imported.
is. Yeah.
Imported.
Leah, this is all your
So
fault.
this is a Thirsty Dog Twisted Kilt, a Scottish export ale. I don't know what export ale would be. Scottish ale, I know what that is. 5.3% alcohol, 14 IBU. Caramelized sugars lend a unique flavor and aroma to this lightly hopped, malty, smooth Scottish export ale.
I just had a burp of the last one. It was really tasty.
Yes.
You whipped
Hey, here we
this
go.
tonight.
This is the one I picked up.
I think of toffee or flan.
Flan, wow.
From the smell of
Caramel, very, very
Yeah.
caramel
Yeah, a
forward.
brulee, creme brulee, or something like that.
Very different flavor. Low carbonation. Are we tasting low carbonation?
Low carbonation is super mild.
I was expecting to not like it. by the
Buttery
smell,
and
but actually,
mild.
It's not
Buttery, and I
bad.
think
Yeah,
a little
it
bit
is.
of
It's very
vanilla
mild.
in there, maybe?
What?
Vanilla?
Yeah. The
Maybe it's
flan
just
thing is
smell.
on it, man.
Yeah,
I'm
maybe
seeing
that's
that.
where it's getting the vanilla from. It was very cool.
So this is, we got the...
This is a Xmas bourbon.
Yeah, the 12 dogs of Christmas. So the Thirsty Dog is a dog theme. And it's Thirsty Dog Bourbon Barrel Aged 12 Dogs of Christmas.
So not just your regular.
10.4% alcohol.
Salute.
Aged in bourbon barrels for over a year. Spiced for the holiday with honey, cinnamon, ginger, nutmeg, and Santa's secret recipe.
Those are all his little elf eggs.
Sounds like my secret recipe.
Ho, 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 gentlemen.
Oh, here you are. Let's throw it in.
Nice
Good
try,
to have
lady.
you guys here.
Boom.
Pleasure to drink with you, gentlemen.
Always a pleasure.
Yeah.
We haven't
I don't
drank
know if
since
I'm gonna
almost Christmas.
I don't know if I'll enjoy the bourbon barrel Christmas.
We'll find out.
Oh boy.
It's what?
It's a lot.
Well,
It
you
is.
can definitely
There's something else in there. What is that flavor in the middle?
gets that bourbon and then the spice.
Yeah, it's
from the
kinda
Christmas
hitting.
ale.
Like smashing into each other in my.
But you know what?
But
This is an odd thing for me.
You're like
I don't like Christmas ales.
right, because they're kind of too
I don't
sweet.
like the bourbon thing.
two negatives
But,
make a positive.
but no, they actually are. One is
Complimentary?
One is complementing the other,
yeah, because
and I can taste it all, and it's
You like-
better
you like
than
bourbon
them
whiskey?
individually.
Right.
like bourbon.
Oh, absolutely.
Another-
Okay, so all four of us like bourbon.
I'm not a fan of Christmas ales normally,
Ah, very interesting.
but this is probably my favorite.
Oh, good. Okay.
Now, my understanding, and I probably told you guys this 100 times.
Rock, paper, bourbon.
And
I think bourbon.
Well, see, now I consume bourbon on the side with beer.
Yeah, all the time. That's me.
So this has a very strong bourbon flavor to it, but it does have the spice in it. So it's
The
kind of
spice
nice.
mellows it out.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Spice kicks the
Not
bourbon
bad.
back a little bit.
Right, it does. You're right. And it also makes it really. When you think about bourbon, bourbon's made from sugars.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of sugar in this. And
This is good.
they're going to add in the
Don't keep
honey and the other stuff that they're going to put in to make a Christmas ale. So this makes sense.
Go on.
This is really tasty.
Yeah.
And me being I want to say a bourbon connoisseur, but I certainly enjoy my bourbon. So let's put it that way. Yeah.
But they have 27 beers on tap.
Theirs.
Of theirs.
27 of their
And-
beers
and
on
6
tap,
guests.
straight out of a keg. Really nice.
So you
Very,
can
very
pretty
nice.
much get whatever you want. It's gonna
We're gonna tear this last one
All right,
up.
so we got one more here
So
on the
next
beer
one
show
is
this
this the
week.
leg humper?
Yes.
This
We're
is the
gonna go-
leg
This is
humper.
leg humper is kind of like their signature beer of the first three
Which
beers.
is a
that-
porter,
Wow.
correct?
No, that's right. So this is a porter, Thirsty Dog Old Leg Humper, one of their original 3 beers they ever brewed. It's their host beer. I just made that term up. It's 5.8% alcohol, 24 IBU, full bodied with malty sweet taste, deep roasted but silky smooth. So
Silky
Old Leg
Here's to the
smooth.
deep
That was my
roasted
nickname back in high school.
Silky smooth.
I went just leg humper, but
Yeah, well, leg humper. That was junior high.
Graduate.
see, a porter has that what I call syrup. It has that kind of deep,
Like
rich
a thicker
syrup.
kind of-
Yeah.
Stays on your tongue.
Yeah.
It has the syrup
Right.
without the creaminess that you associate
I
with a
like
stout.
porters.
Yes, correct. Totally agree.
Not a whole lot of carbonation. Not quite used motor oil,
Use more for it.
but it's very dark. It's very dark.
No, it's like a 530 weight
I'm gonna say
oil,
okay.
probably, yeah.
530 used.
And it has like a little bit of coffee on the back.
Yeah, you can hear the coffee. Yeah.
You're already ready? You
All right,
can't wait a
what we're
second?
gonna do now? Rich is gonna go get his wrap up
beer.
beer of the night, and we're gonna pick off the menu, the big ass menu. There's a lot of
Lot of beer.
a lot of beers to choose from on the menu. Like we
36.
said, there's 36 beers. 27 are in fact Thirsty Dog brews.
So we just had the Old Leg Humper, which is a porter. Now this is an Old Leg Humper.
Para de
Just the-
Maze.
However, this bonus round.
Thirsty Dog Rum Barrel Aged Coconut Old Leg Humper. 8%.
Rum barrel.
Yeah.
Want to see my Colonel Sanders just for a second?
What is that?
Old Colonel Sanders. Yeah.
That's horrible.
Terrible. You need a little more foamy there, you know.
All right, let me cleanse the palate.
All right.
Ugh. Mr. Goulardi.
That's my Goulardi beer. Very good.
All right,
Oh, you can smell the coconut.
palate is cleansed.
Oh, coconut and rum, like in your face.
Tastes
Oh.
like, yeah. No, that's not too bad. It makes me think a little bit like I got some shampoo in my mouth while I was in the shower.
It kind of feels like it should be stronger than it is.
You know when you have like those coconut shampoos?
Oh, yeah, don't buy
When
it.
you're like using your girlfriend's shampoo. And
Oh,
you're like,
right, yeah.
Uh-oh.
With a lime and a coconut. Oh, here we
He's got
go.
another crazy one.
Uh-oh.
Another rum and coconut.
No, this is the lime and the coconut.
Let me
Call
down.
me in the morning.
Mix them all together.
This is, we got the menu. This is Siberian Night.
It is a Russian Imperial Stout.
Oh, okay. We like
talked
our
about that a couple
Russian
times.
Imperial.
9.7%.
Grazie.
Very dark and rich with a deep roasted, satisfying flavor.
I like things that are
Roasted
dark
and satisfying.
It's a stout, you say?
Like my
He's
Rich,
stout.
I'm filthy rich.
Like my women, dark and satisfying. Boom.
I'm glad somebody caught that.
Is this like a poker convention? Wait a minute.
That was 20 years ago in the flats, not now.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Isaac. That was a good one. Take that one.
Nutty, very nutty.
Nutty?
Yeah.
So much?
Yeah, nutty and deep.
9.7% alcohol.
I'm liking this because, I mean, the last like half dozen beers that we've had, or the last 3, 4, really, really sweet. And for me,
This is heavy, dark, kind of
biscuits.
dry in a way.
and this is like,
Little dry.
yes, dry, yes.
My tongue, I can do
Siberian
that.
Night. Yes, that's, I mean,
Like,
to me,
sticks to the roof of your mouth.
kind of, yeah. Chris, tell us a little bit about your recent trip to Central America.
I was just talking about
literally
that.
were just talking
I
about
just
it.
talked
Right,
about-
so
What do you think we should talk about?
pull up the menu there on page 3.
All right.
This
It's
is
great because he didn't know what we were talking about. This is a perfect transition.
This is Rise of the Mayan Dog.
It's a stout dash other, 7%. Celebrate the new rise of civilization with a bittersweet, big, bold, black beer filled with old world and traditional wines. Celebrate the new
Here, give that
rise
to Chris.
Dribble me.
That dribble.
Celebrate the new rise of civilization with bittersweet, big, bold, black beer filled with old world and traditional Mayan spices, including honey and coconut nibs.
Sweet.
There you have
I think
it.
it will be.
So I think Chris is going to buy us all tickets to go visit Mayan.
The next beer show.
Next winter when he goes to.
Peru.
Ecuador. I'm going to Ecuador next month.
Peru.
Peru's
Yeah.
the summer.
So here's to Chris and the
is
Mayan experience, Central America,
God bless you.
and the hordes
I'll
of
tell you
people
what,
that are coming
man.
And
here.
you're going to do
Seriously.
ayahuasca. You're going to do ayahuasca?
No, but I
I
did
thought you were.
I did drink some Wayasua, which is different, very different.
Is it
It's
hard
a
to
mellow,
say?
or it's like the mellow version of
Okay,
it.
that's cool.
Okay?
All
You
right,
guys want to
Chris.
go to Ecuador,
Maya,
we'll do it next winter. We'll do it next winter.
Mayan style beer. First on the beer show.
Well, Mayan style beer, I don't know.
You're the one.
Mayan
You're
style.
the expert. You're the one.
Well, maybe it isn't
Mayan
Mayan
style
style, but
beer
it's
is
named after the Mayans.
chicha. Mayan style beer is chicha.
Chicha, that
Which
we
is
talked
when
about
the
with the
when the women eat the
steaks.
corn and
Yeah,
then they spit it out
out.
and they make little cakes and then
This is a raspberry whiskey sour made with a raspberry ale.
oh my
Whiskey
god!
and
Now
sour.
we're going off the board here for 100.
Why is this a
Holy
real thing? This is
mackerel.
a drink. This is a mixed
This is-
drink.
Yeah, it's a mixture of beer.
All right. So what do we
right.
got here, Isaac?
We
What
found,
is
Wow, that smells delicious.
It's
we
sweet.
found the beer.
This is Liam.
Here.
Liam tonight from the Thirsty Dog. We're down here on the east bank of the Flats, Cleveland. And
Oh, here it is. A raspberry ale, right?
Right.
So Lee is the one that set us up. Very, very knowledgeable. Thirsty Dog, downtown Cleveland.
And we made a mess. We're sorry, we made a big
You were
mess.
recommending your beers for us. You did an excellent job.
Thanks.
What should we know about the Thirsty Dog, Leah?
The original breweries in Akron. And
Okay.
we're still getting our beers from there right now, but we're gonna start brewing here pretty soon.
so these are all just props.
They're
These
they
are-
just started cleaning them, so
Okay.
they can start brewing here.
There you have
Been here
it.
for like about a year, right?
Oh yeah, since the October before this last one. Yep.
And your
then-
favorite beers? Go ahead with the beers. say?
Oh, I thought you want me to tell you what the drink was. Sorry.
Well, we have a little bit of background. So, what are your favorite beers that they
My favorite right now is probably the Zahoo New England IPA.
Right.
The
That's what
hazy
Rich had
one.
earlier.
That's what I started with. It was very good.
In the blood orange.
Yes, we all had
My
that.
second beer.
Very, very.
That was our first
I
beer.
think it's better than some of the other blood oranges I've had because it has like fresh blood oranges they used to make
It's
it.
very blood
You
orange.
can taste like a zest in it.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what we thought. Like
That's
almost
how they
like a
make the
zest
raspberry
of
beer too. That's in that one they use. They use all
Okay.
of this stuff.
Yeah, we at the beer show kind of like hesitant about fruit beers. Not
Yeah.
big on
which we
fruit.
talked about.
Right.
That's one of the things you mentioned.
Right.
But it's
We like
something
it.
about the blood orange. It's very
Seems
kind
good.
of good citrus flavor. Goes well with an IPA.
Right. I agree.
So tell us about how this is made.
This is a raspberry whiskey sour, raspberry ale whiskey sour, and so it has bullet rye, lemon, and topped with the raspberry ale.
Very nice.
Yep.
Thank you.
You like this
There you have it, folks.
She said she never had it.
I just
Oh, you
stuck a
just-
straw in it before I gave it to you.
Just to get a little hint.
I thought it was good.
It is very good. It's a decent
Very
whiskey.
nice.
We have been the beer show on WRUW.
Thirsty Dog Brewery, right here in Cleveland, Ohio, East Bank of the Flats, the famous Flats of Cleveland. We've had a great time.
Yeah. It's been very good.
We're drinking beer on probably was the grave of Peabody's Down Under.
Yeah,
and-
probably
Probably
side of the street
close
from
to-
Peabody's Down Under, close to the river. So Rich Lowe from WRUW's Night of Living Dread.
Filthy Rich, live from Cleveland.
Isaac Nicholas of Skinny Jeans and Live from Cleveland.
Chris from Three Left Turns on Fridays.
And here we
We're-
are, doing our thing.
We're out.
Skinny jeans. What
Beer
was it all-
show.
What did you say?
So like it's spelled GENES.
Okay. Okay.
Like, it's
jeans.
not the like